Hi, I'm Derek L. Cottingham with Pride, and I'm so happy to be speaking with all of you about Black Twitter, A People's History on Hulu. And there's also been a lot of pushback about the docuseries from Black Twitter. You know, what's your response to all of that?
Well, have they seen it? First of all, so I think it's a lot of response to the trailer, which we totally embrace and accept and expect as well, because that's how Black Twitter operates, and that's what we expected, and we really wanted to engage. And this man over here, he likes the smoke, and so he actually likes to get into it. So I mean, it's
I think it's I at first was not going to say anything. And then, as I often to tell myself, and then it's just, then when people were like, I'm the feds, I'm the ops, and who is this for? And then I start, who are these new blacks? Who just got, and I would look at people's dates, and I'm like, you just got here 2019. And then, so then there were a few processes I would go through, which is one, when they go, who is this for? Blah, blah, blah. I can tell this is going to be some woke, and I go, oh, well, it's that now we can have a different conversation, right? When it's like, who is this for? Well, that's a different entry point. So that's when I would start to engage, and I would say, this is why we made this is who it's for. It's for you. It's for generations that aren't even here yet, right? So now we can engage in a different conversation. And so for me, that's where I was like trying to engage from. And what I also had to take a step back and go like, well, why are they saying this, right? And what I found is like, you know, as certainly Black culture in America, we're very skeptical when something about our culture is being talked about or reported or being like, even though we're not exposing Black Twitter in 2024, it still feels that way to some people. You know what I mean? Obviously, and so I could understand the skepticism and the sensitivity in which it feels like, well, what are they going to be saying about us? You know what I mean? And what is it going to, that's such a, and because people love it so much, right? You don't care if it's something you don't like. I mean, you don't care if it's something you don't love, right? And so for me, once I could say, look, I get the skepticism, I get the concern, I get that, but here's where it came from. Here's why we're doing it, right? So then we can have a secondary conversation and just like, this looks like trash. You know what I mean? Well, it's like, that's just, okay, it looks like trash. Cool. I really didn't try to engage with that because that's just, you could be on the subway just saying something, whatever, I don't like this or whatever. But now if you're saying other things, now we can actually have another. And I found as I was engaging in those conversations, either people would still go, yeah, but still whatever, or, you know, I thought about it like that. You know what I mean? And so now, but again, I find I like to engage because I feel like a lot of times when you engage, people don't really bring you that same smoke once you do engage. You know what I mean? If they do, whatever. And I just leave that over there. Huh?
They don't think you're going to respond. That's
they don't think you're going to respond.
That's Black Twitter.
Yeah, ain't no punk. I'm here.
I think it's too very intrinsic to like what Black Twitter represents. Like we are sort of the litmus test for what is allowed in like the culture. Yeah. And it's sort of like,
a great point.
I would be upset if they actually didn't react.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, did we not do our job?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Definitely.
I welcome the smoke as well.
Yeah. So you got to welcome the smoke.
Yeah, and I can't wait for everybody to actually watch it, and then we'll see what they think.
I think it's hard to convey like anything. It's like when we do the doc, right, we say like describe Black Twitter in one word, right? It's hard to convey all that Black Twitter is in one word, right? Just like it's hard to convey what this doc is in 90 seconds, right? It's almost impossible, right? So I totally get it. You're just trying to just do as much as you can in that time to kind of say, like, hey, check this thing out. But yeah.
Yeah, and you got a lot of Black people just got we all got this communal PTSD of like, oh Lord, how they about to present us, what they about to do.
Of course,
And so-
absolutely.
Because it's so rare, I think, that, you know, we feel like we don't get as many chances as everybody else. So it's like, you know, we got to show ourselves in a good light. But we also have to tell a true and authentic story. So I think the doc really speaks to that as well.